You got a what?
Leave my house for a while. We're live. Hello, world. Carolyn's taking pictures of me. Holy cow, we're ready to get started now. Now it's for real. Now it's legit. You want to go? TC is back. TC, do you remember your goals that you set for the beginning of the year? You trying to find a place to sit? You look like a man without an island. Sit by Scrib. Scrib's right there, yeah. Do you remember your goals you set up at the beginning of the year?
Vaguely.
Vaguely? Does anybody remember their goals they set up January 1? We were fired up about January 1 because it was here and it's going to be a new year. It's a new me, new year. I think that was the slogan all of January. It's a new me, new year, right? Dahlia, do you remember your goals? You didn't set any? Okay. No. Okay, so you do remember them. Y'all don't have to give them to me. I'm just curious if you remember them. You remember yours, Tina? Scrib? Scrib's looking. Scrib's got two. He's got two in his brain. Do you remember yours? Yeah? Melvin, do you remember yours? New you, near year, new you, new year. What is it called? New year, new you. Yeah. What? Really? What were yours? Just give me one. No, for 2025, when everybody was fired up January 1. Lose weight? Have you lost it? All right, good. Anybody found it? No? No. He lost it. Has anybody gotten heavier is what I was trying to say. Because Melvin lost some. So it's real important that like I said it at the beginning of the year, TC, I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, because we're excited, we're caught up in the moment, we're fired up. But what happens, now we're in June and we're having a hard time remembering what they were, right? So that's really why I wanted to have this meeting with you guys today, and everybody online, you can do the same thing. Let's kind of reconnect with ourselves. Let's figure out what we want to do. We're not halfway through the year yet, but we're close. It's time to get ready now. So let's reconnect with what it is we want to accomplish this year. And I'm going to even back it down like I did back in New Year's, is what you need to always remind yourself of. You need to go in 90-day sprints. Don't do anything more than 90 days. And I'm not saying don't have 5-year goals or 1-year goals, but give all of your energy and all of your focus to the next 90 days. Give, because you can do anything for 90 days. Anybody agree to that? I mean, you can do anything. I mean, we can do anything for 90 days. But it's real difficult, especially in this world that we live in, TC, to maintain focus for a whole year, right? Now, nothing wrong with them. But again, give all your energy to 90 days. What are you going to accomplish? What are you going to do? And so why don't we just do that? What are some things that y'all would like to accomplish over the next 90 days? Just holler some stuff out. Let's just write it down. Let's just go over it. Sell a home? Is it SELL? The teacher told me. I heard her. Was that you, Dahlia, that said yes? Yeah. For Dahlia, you know what I'm going to do for Dahlia? Just to give her a seizure. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. Is that giving you a seizure right now? Is that hurting you? Is it? Yeah. Is it? Okay, I'll fix it for you. I'll fix it for you. Sell a home. Okay. Anybody else?
3 more agents on the team.
3 next 90 days, 3 agents on the team. All right. Anybody else? You got more, Scrib. Looks like you do.
I want 5 more clients.
5 more.
They're buying or selling.
So help me out, since I don't know all the real estate terminology. You're basically saying you want 5 buyer.
5 active buying or selling clients.
5 active.
So not thinking about it, not tire kicking, not someday.
Seller. Is it
I also
SELL?
want to get a buyer for my current 6 listings.
You want to get a buyer from your current 6 listings. You have 6 listings right now? Can we give her a hand for that right there? She's got 6 listings. That's bad to the bone right there. Anybody else have 6 listings? 6 listings? No, that's good. Way to go, Tina.
Buyer.
So you want a buyer from one of your listings.
That's on top of.
On top of.
right now.
So like one buyer. What do you want me to write?
I just want new blood. That's fiber, new blood.
Tina wants new blood. And you're not talking new husband.
No.
No. Kevin? We're gonna keep Kevin? Okay.
Definitely.
Kevin, you're still in the running if you're watching. What else? What about you, Dahlia? You've got 90 days right now of
I
freedom.
know.
Give me something good.
Well, mine is the first one too, actually.
Sell a home in the next 90 days. Okay. I dig it. That's good. All right. What else? Anybody else? Do you have a goal in the next 90 days?
Get my license.
Get your license. Who invited you out here again?
I'm sorry?
Is it TC that invited you?
TC,
Okay.
that's my mentor.
Yes. We met a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Get your license. Next 90 days. Are you studying right now?
Really 30.
So the next 30 days you'll knock it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really 30 is my goal.
Do you have another 90-day goal?
Not really, no.
No? That's okay. Melvin?
6 transactions and 3 agents.
Over the next 90 days, 6 transactions?
Yes, sir.
You don't play around. He's already calling expires and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. 6 transactions. I can't spell, sorry. 6 transactions and what? 3 agents? All right, what else? Anybody?
Icon.
Icon? In the next 90 days, you're gonna icon? Hell yeah. Icon. Word of my spelling with Dahlia here. Yes.
I want to have a minimum of 12 sphere of influence, one-on-one, in-person meetings.
12
That's 1 a week minimum,
sphere of influence
in person.
in person.
So whether that's coffee, lunch, whatever's.
12 sphere of influence. That's 1 a week. 1 a week.
Mhm.
I like that. That needs to be all of ours. 1 a week. So 1 a week, you're going to sit down with someone in your sphere of influence and talk to them about something.
Yes.
That's powerful right there. I think we could all steal that one. Yeah, you're stealing hers?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your name again? I'm so sorry.
Myra.
Huh?
Myra.
Myra? Myra, I'm sorry. Anybody else? Carolyn? Don't you say Tina's. Get you a new one.
Like Tina's.
No, I don't care. Get you a new one. Don't steal her stuff.
Well, I want to sell all 3 of our listings.
All right. Is it SALE or is it SELL? Sorry. Sell.
Get her done. Get her done.
All 3
Paul.
listings?
Yeah.
Get her done. Listings. Dahlia, I hope I give you hope.
It's okay.
No, seriously, I'm serious. I hope we have like
Okay.
a lot of hope. I sat in downtown Dallas where I sold a company for multi-millions and I can't spell. So you can do this. You got this. Anybody else? TC, you got another one?
Yeah, for me, really, I need to be more organized and create a system.
Organized. So yours is the only one that's not in the realm of activity. So it's a little bit, yours is a bit far out there.
Yeah.
And I know this about the way we work as human beings. When you say to yourself, I want to be more organized, your brain has no clue what you just said. And therefore your brain can't come up with an answer. And therefore your brain won't search to find an answer and you'll never be more organized. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what you really want to do is break this down into segments of things in your life that drive you nuts that you're not organized, like specific things that you're not organized in, and say, hey, come 90 days, I'm not gonna be stressing about this one. I'm gonna figure this one out.
Yeah.
And now your brain starts to go into your brain starts to move into the direction of figuring out an answer, because the brain is the most powerful computer in the world. I mean, I'm sure you've been to Tony Robbins, right?
Mhm.
So he'll tell you it's the most powerful brain in the world, but the things that we feed it are the reasons it doesn't perform well. When we don't give it specifics, you know, like a young girl who is very attractive, very good looking, and not heavy will say to herself, why am I fat? And her brain will come up with an answer that she will believe. But you and I are looking at her going, you ain't fat. She believes she's fat. I don't care what we say to her. Her brain has told her, because the brain's powerful, both bad and good.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we rarely feed it the information we need to feed it to get the direct answer that we want to get. So we need like direct, we got to like tell our brain, we want a direct answer to this question. Then the brain will seek out, kind of like ChatGPT does, and it'll start formulating all this stuff. And what it formulates is what we feed it. If we feed it something generic, like, I hate when people say, like when I'll say, what's your goal? I want financial freedom. What is financial freedom?
Yep.
Nobody knows what financial freedom is to you or to me, because mine is different than yours.
Right.
Mine is different than Daniel's. Daniel's is different than Carolyn's. Okay. So you can't say my goal is financial freedom, because you're feeding your brain crap and garbage, and your brain doesn't know how to spit that out with an answer. And then it gives you stupid answers. And it just does it all the time. That's where self-image comes into play. When you start feeding your brain stupid stuff, your brain comes out with dumb answers, and then your self-image is just wrecked, just absolutely destroyed, versus saying things to yourself like, you know, I'm meant for greatness. You know, saying all the great things you need to say to get your brain to move to the direction of greatness. You with me? So just be thinking about how you could tweak what things, because this is your battle. This is, I mean, as you said it, I know me and Daniel both, like, this is your Achilles heel.
Yeah.
This is the one you struggle with,
Yeah.
which the majority of us in the room be fired up if that was our biggest one. Most of us would love to have all the sales you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'd love to have the talent that you have when it comes to sales. And we're like, oh, we'll fix that. Now, me, I've already told you this one. For me, I live in chaos and I love it. I'm okay with it. I've learned how to deal with it, as opposed to trying to fix it all up and make it go into a bow. And what I've noticed from crazy, stupid, successful people is they've learned that too. There's just, you can't tie a bow on things. It's just, we're always going to have something. The day that we have it all wrapped up and done is the day we're dead. When the bow's done, we ain't here no more. So we probably ought to talk one-on-one about this.
Yeah.
Because I would love for you to tackle this Achilles heel in your world.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Anybody else? Yes.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
So has anyone heard of SMART goals? SMART is an acronym. So when we set a goal, because sometimes they can be generic, like even if you say, like, I want to get organized or I want to have more clients. Well, what does that, like Paul just said, what does that mean? So SMART. So number one, S is specific. What is the specific thing that you are aiming for? Number two is measurable. How are you going to measure if you're making progress in it or not? Number three, it has to be achievable, right? Is it realistic? And then R is it relevant? How do you make it relevant? And then T, it has to be time bound. So in this case, we're talking 90 days, but maybe we need to break that down into what do we do each day, or what do we do each week or each month? And
Reverse
so
funnel.
as we're setting these goals, whether it's physically, spiritually, occupationally, you know, organizationally, whatever it is, how can we make them SMART? And then that'll help you more realistically obtain them because they're more concise and precise.
Love it. Yeah, that's something I definitely want to go over today too, is, you know, for you to get, is it yours are the 3 agents? Like, how many people do you need to talk to per week to get 3 agents at the end of 90 days? That's where we want to go. It's kind of where we're going with our coaching call. Is what do I need to do on a weekly basis? How many people? Because the only thing you see at the end of the day, Scribner cannot control that actually. That he cannot control. What he can control is the activity that will lead to that number. And so how many people just do, like if Melvin, if you want to bring in, yours was 3 too. If you want to bring in 3 people in the next 90 days, how many people do you need to talk to a week? And just your guesstimate. What do you think, Melvin? You need to talk to 3 a week? Okay, let me help you. It's a lot bigger than what you think. And so I've been interviewing a lot of people here lately. Whew. The great news is, Scribner, is our competition's really bad. We're okay. The bad news is our competition's really bad. Because they'll say to me, I'll be interviewing them, yeah, well, all my buyers are unrealistic. All my buyers are this. All my buyers are that. And they're telling me this. And I'm like, you don't have a buyer problem. You have a what? Anybody want to guess?
Communication, you problem?
Communication, you problem. That might be it too. But they have an activity problem. They don't have enough activity. They don't have enough buyers. If all your buyers, and then I'll ask them the question, how many buyers? And they never can give me a number. They start just rattling off stories of each one. And I'm like, I don't know how many you just gave me. It sounded like 1.5, maybe 1/2 to 1/4. I don't know what you just did, right? But in their brain, and that's the problem with the brain, in their brain, TC, they think they're busy. And they've got these buyers that aren't buying. No, they don't have enough buyers. They don't have they don't have enough numbers in the pot, right? So since they don't have enough over here, what are they doing? They got problems. They're pushing them buyers away probably. And now they're going to fall in Scrib's lap. That's why I said it's good news. Competition's, I almost said a bad word. Competition's bad. So what happens is they push them away and they go over to Scrib or TC or Tina and buy from them, right? Because they think it's a buyer's problem. My buyers are unrealistic. No, you don't have enough buyers. You don't have enough people in the pot. If you get enough people here, then you ain't pushing people, right? Because, I mean, you're going to have some people that just ain't ready, right? Some people, like, they're waiting until the interest rates come down. What, you think you're going to convince them by putting a Facebook post up that's a stupid thing? I watch real estate agents do all the time. They basically tell everybody how stupid they are because they ain't going down, or they say something to, get them to, that ain't going to work, right? What you need is more buyers, right? And the good news is, Dahlia, our competition is not that good. They're running them away in droves because they got 2 or 3 and they're hoarding them and they're calling them every day. How would you like to be that person, right? And they're calling them every day as opposed to just, hey, you know what, you're ready? Let's talk. Or just calling them out of the blue to give them, hey, I heard the other day that, give them some good news about something. It had nothing to do with buying and selling. But you ain't got enough buyers, so therefore you got a hound. Where was I going with that? Oh, so it's more than you think. So if I would make it a habit of talking to 10 new people a week about the opportunity in order to get 3 in 90 days. Okay. Now we might come back and his numbers might be better than that. Well, then good. Then maybe it's not 10 a week for Melvin. Maybe it's less. Maybe, y'all ready for this? No, maybe it's more. Maybe he needs to do 20 a week. Whatever the number is, do the number, right? People would always ask me, because back in my old business, we had to set 20 appointments. You got to set 20 appointments. You got to set 20 appointments. They'd be how many dollars you got to make to get 20 appointments? Y'all know what my answer was?
However it takes to get 20.
When I get to 20, I'll let you know. When I get to 20, I'll let you know. Just like, I mean, I don't know. Because sometimes it's different. Some weeks it's different. Depending on the lead, it's just different. But I am getting to 20. So therefore, I'm going to make all the dials to get to 20. Y'all with me? So if I were you, Melvin, I would focus on, 10 a week. Is that doable? Is that doable? And here's the cool thing about goals and doing all this stuff is we don't have to swing the pendulum. So that's the challenge with New Year's resolutions is we take these big swipes at things. I'm going to radically, new year, new me. I'm going to radically change everything in my life. You don't have to, you can just make small changes. Like, could anybody in here, realistically, could anybody in here carve out an extra hour to build your business per week? An extra hour per week. So Scrib and Tina, who are the biggest producers in here with TC, they're shaking their head yes. So I'm assuming if they're shaking their head yes, we should all be like, oh yeah, I got it. Y'all with me? Does that make sense? So we just 1 hour a week. Can we just carve out 1 extra hour a week? You know, cut down on Facebook, Instagram, quit. How much time do we waste doing that? You know what I'm saying? Can we do that? Just carve, as opposed to, you know what, this week I'm going all in. And then what happens is you burn out in 1 week, and the next week you're not doing it. I'm just saying 1 week. I just always tell people about losing weight. The majority of us, the majority of the people in America, if you just had 1,500 calorie a day diet, you'd be exactly where you want to be. No kidding. Not the crazy stuff that's going on. You know, don't eat bananas after 3 p.m. I mean, they got all this type of bull crap, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of us, if we had a 1,500 calorie a day diet, the majority of us, don't come up here and tell me, I tried, it didn't work. Shut up. The majority of us, that could correct everything right there. Seriously. Think about it. But how many diet plans do y'all see when you're scrolling doing this crap? Yeah. Are we all doing everything wrong? That's what everybody's telling us these days. Did you wake up out of bed? Did you wake up and get out of bed and breathe this morning? You're doing it wrong. You know, I mean, it's just such bull crap, right? And that's the way it is with dieting. But seriously, that's how simplistic it is. So if y'all could just carve 1 hour a week. Now, to do that effectively, you need to pull out your calendar and you need to figure out where you're going to insert that sucker, and that doesn't move. You got to have big blocks, the things that do not move. One thing that doesn't move for me is this Wednesday meeting. I just won't move it. I'll move doctor's appointments around it. I'll do everything around it because I committed to Daniel that I was going to do it. So I'll get rid of everything to make sure I'm here. I'm not saying you got to do that. That's just my commitment to that block of hour. But y'all got to have a commitment like that when it comes to recruiting, where literally you won't schedule a closing there. You won't do anything there. This is my hour each week. This is my extra hour that I'm going to recruit. Y'all with me? And y'all can do that with anything in life. Reading a book, Get Things Done. Getting Things Done. Have you read that before?
Atomic Habits.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that book?
James Clear? Which one?
Getting Things Done. It's a great book. I think that'll really get your organization going. Yeah, Getting Things Done. I read that years ago. I didn't finish it because I won't. I'm just kidding. I realize I'm never going to be organized. I didn't give a crap. Just kidding. That's that I.
David Allen?
David Allen. Yes.
Okay.
Getting Things Done. Great book. That will put your mind at ease. That will help you out a lot. Okay. I like this goal. This is good, Tina. This is like so your brain can chew on this. 1 a week. Who in here can commit to meeting one person a week in person? See, that strikes me weird that Scrib, as busy as he is, says yes. And Tina, who's got 16 listings, she said yes. 22, 26, 27. She's got 36 freaking listings, guys. And she says she can do extra. You know what I'm saying? Y'all with me? But that just 1 a week. I love that, right? Just 1 a week. Reconnect. Who's got some thoughts of things they want to talk about right now? Like, I got to get better at this. I want to do this. Anybody? I want this to be very. TC, what are you thinking?
Yeah, like Tina's point as far as following up with your spiritual influence in person once a week.
Yeah.
And just block time blocking.
Can I help you? Because I know you so well and I love you.
Yes.
You need to stick with an hour.
Stick with an hour.
See, I bet Tina will give her sphere of influence 1 hour and that's it, and she's moving on. You will try to, you know what I'm saying? You'll stay with them all day, right?
Yeah. Stick to an hour. Stick to an hour.
So you tell them, because you're one of the busiest people in here. You're busy, you making money like a doctor, so you need to be telling your sphere of influence, listen, man, I want to squeeze you in and sit down with you and have some coffee with you or whatever. But I've only got 1 hour. Maybe even say 45 minutes. I don't know, right? Just so you can get out of there. Because they'll be more fired up that you got out of there. Man, I want to be busy like TC, right? Especially in this market. Like, my man's busy in this market while most real estate agents are on Facebook complaining about the market. TC's so busy, he only got an hour to meet with me. Y'all with me? And that's just because you love people. I'm not picking on you. You didn't take that, did you?
No.
You care about people. That's why he answered his phone, Daniel, when he was at the beach. Like, dude, stop it. He answered his phone when he's in a dentist chair. He had the glasses on. You know the stupid glasses they give you so your spit don't go up in your eyeballs? He had the glasses on and everything, and he answered. I do. We FaceTimed. I'm going, what are you doing? You're okay. You don't. But he goes, I know you're new. I want to help you. But at some point, you got to say, that's where the organization. Yeah. You got to say, I'm sorry. I love you, but no.
I'm not promoting this book, but this is a great book for you guys to read, 7 Levels of Communication. And one of the things it talks about in there is just stacking your appointments. So pick a spot that you like to be at, and then you just have multiple appointments at that, whether it's your favorite coffee shop or,
What do we used to call that
breakfast
in
place
insurance?
or whatever.
Stacking appointments. What do we used to call that? Collapsing time frames. Yeah, same thing.
Exactly, because then you're not driving all over the place for all of these appointments. And if you have them, your appointments every hour and 15 minutes, so there's some transition or whatever, then you've already set the expectation ahead of time that, oh man, Paul, I can't wait to have coffee with you. Can we meet from 9 to 10? Absolutely. And I wish I could meet longer that day, but I do have some other appointments that day, but I can't wait to see you from 9 to 10. And that way, if you have a talker, and if you haven't seen people in a long time, trust me, there's a lot to talk about, especially if you're female. Then when the next person comes, the expectation is already there.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway.
Kind of space it out 30 minutes or so. Just in
Well,
case.
yeah. So, I mean, that way you're not like, hey, good to see you. All right, next. It doesn't have
Right.
that feeling. You don't
Right.
want it to be like that, but it's not open-ended. Hey, we're going to be here until we've exhausted every conversation that we can think of.
Yes, sir.
Are these kind of social meetups that you're putting together? just
I
kinda
am.
Catch up?
I mean, these are people that some I've talked to in the last few weeks, some I haven't talked to in months or years. And so instead of just connecting on a call or a text or something like that, I just feel like in the day of AI and everything that's so digital now, I really want to do more focus on in-person appointments.
Nice.
So
I like it.
So,
Okay.
I mean, that's like, where do you normally meet your sphere of influence? Like a coffee shop?
it just depends.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's at their house or my house or a coffee shop or Mexican, but I'm going to start doing more stacking because there's other goals I have, but I just threw out that. But anyway, in that way I can make the most of my day so that if I'm going to go to a coffee shop for meet with this person, then why not meet with my investor contacts? Why not meet with one of my seller contacts? Why not meet with one of my inspectors or my roofing guy or, an affiliate that I haven't been one-on-one. So I'm just going to try to, that's going to be my day, so to speak, and try to stack those appointments while I'm out and about.
And I would, I love everything you said, but to keep it simple right now, just meet you one person a week.
Yeah.
One person a week. And then when you get really good at that, then try to elevate to what Tina's talking about stacking and having another person. But I would just, is anybody in here? I'm not meeting with one new person a week in the sphere of influence. I'm not. Daniel might be the only one. I'm not, right? So we need to have that first goal, that little baby step goal, as opposed to, I love what you're doing, Tina. But right now it's like, that's kind of like that's where we get so messed up with our New Year's goals is we start thinking of everything we got to do. We overwhelm ourselves, then we do nothing. And then we even forget about them. We're here in June and y'all have forgotten about most of your new year, new you, right? Because it was just too much as opposed to, I'm going to do this. Because you can just do that. Your life can radically change. I'm telling you, if we all in here just one a week, our life could radically change. Because I know it's not about the one person. Because what happens is when you're talking to this one person, you've now opened their entire network out. You have now accessed thousands of people by that one person, especially doing it the way Tina's doing it by meeting them in person. You are access, because then you get to say things to him or her like, hey, could you help me? I'm building a network of real estate agents. Could you help me? See, the moment you say to a friend or anybody, can you help me? They're listening. Just like if I called you and say, hey, can you help me real quick? All of a sudden, everything you're doing stops and you listen, you get their attention so quickly when you say, can you help me? Because we're just built that way. We just it's inside of us. Can you help me? Yeah, what? And then you're like, oh crap, I don't want to help you with that. But with what we have to do is, can you help me? I'm building a network of real estate agents, and I need some more good people like you. Now, a lot of times they'll say, well, what about me? Oh yeah, well, yeah, you too. But you see what I'm saying? Because now we've opened up a whole world. Okay. In fact, if you get really good, this might be too much for this training today. If you get really good at kind of ignoring that person when you're talking to them and realizing they're bringing you thousands, you'll work magic.
And can
But if
I
you try
add
to
some-
just recruit that person, 9 times out of 10, you ain't recruiting them. Yeah, go ahead.
And on the flip side of that, how can we help you? Hey, how can I help you today?
Yeah.
What do you need? Like I just talked to one of my seller clients yesterday and I was unaware they had a storm come through and they had hail damage. She didn't tell me. And so I was able to, how can I help you? Well, now I gave her a roofer, a fence, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's also, how can we help them? Not just, it's reciprocated. And then it feels like it's, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not
definitely.
just what's in it for me.
So sell a home. Who was this? That was you know. So what are you going to do each week to sell a home?
Attend open houses.
10 open houses?
Yeah.
What? You got to put a number on that. 10, 20, 30, 1.
Each day of the weekend, so Saturdays and Sundays.
So 2 a week. So you're gonna do 2 a week to sell a home.
You're gonna do 2 open houses a week.
Yeah, probably should be more.
Okay.
No.
I mean, no, don't say you probably.
No, just what are you
This
gonna do?
is your answer.
Yeah.
And what's realistic to your life, your schedule, your family.
You have to
whatever.
tell your brain something.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm telling my brain is to be open-minded to anything. Like this is.
Oh, okay. That's where you fall apart. If you tell your brain to be open-minded to anything, if I told my brain to be open-minded to anything, I'm listening to Black Sabbath, smoking some pot right now, and ain't hanging out with y'all. Y'all with me? Now, I don't do drugs. I quit a long time ago, but I mean, I'll throw in some cocaine too, because we're gonna have some fun. Because if I tell my brain to do anything, if my brain's open to anything, y'all with me? You gotta be careful. You gotta be like, this is what we're doing, brain, because your brain's powerful, but it's powerful the wrong way too. If you just leave it open-ended. So what you want to say is, I'm going to do 2 open houses a week. Brain, this is what we're doing. And then your brain moves in that direction to make sure that everything is out of the way. Nothing gets in the way. Like no turtle, no squirrel, no nothing. Y'all with me? Just boom, you just find a way. But if you're saying I'm open-minded, now you're in trouble. Does that make sense? So tell your brain exactly. So let's do this real quick. What are you going to do to get to sell a home in the next 9 days?
Host 2 open houses.
Yes, I think he'll do it with if he owns. Don't you? I agree.
'Cause
I'm
it's
what-
specific, measurable, achievable,
Yeah.
relevant, and time bound.
Yeah, and we're watching Angie Owens do this. You're watching her, right? On our I mean, she's doing it, and she's already got 2 buyer. I don't even know what they're called. Contracts? Buyer, but she got the contracts on.
Representation agreement.
Buyer representation by BR.
BRA.
That's why she's calling it that. I was wondering why she's not that. Buyer's representation agreement. I was like, I guess y'all call it something different in Florida, but no, it's just the same thing everywhere, right? Cool. So, but we're watching her do it, and she's doing what? 2 open houses every weekend. Like she's on fire. Like nothing's getting in her way. She's running another huge company, and she's putting this first. You see what I'm saying? It's pretty wild. So I like it. Thank you. I think you'll do it, man. You do too every single weekend. Boom. 3 agents, we already discussed that. 5 active buyers and sellers, that was you. 5 active. What are you going to do on a weekly basis to get that?
Well, I'm having appointments with my sphere. I'm
Okay.
contacting my people in my database. I'm hosting open houses. I mean, I've got
Okay.
several.
And the new blood that's not a new Kevin. This is just you just want new people on your team.
Oh, yeah.
Or new people.
Clients,
new clients.
people on my team. people.
Get your license. You're going to do that in 30 days?
Yes.
How much are you studying per day to do that?
I need to get back on it, at least carve out 1 to 2 hours a day.
Okay. Say either 1 or 2 because you're messing your brain up. And then your brain doesn't know what to do. And then your brain might come out and say, let's just do 3 minutes. I'm not kidding you. Your brain is that powerful. You've got to tell your brain exactly what you want. So you're going to do 1 or 2 hours a week or day, you said?
Yes.
Which one?
2.
2.
Good.
2 hours a day. That's good. 6 transactions. What are you going to do that?
Open houses, calls.
How many open houses? How many calls?
I'm gonna do, how many did I say? 1 open house a week.
Okay.
I'm going to now 2 hours every morning.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start meeting with the sphere and influence.
1 a week?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing here. Icon,
Make $5 a day,
$5 a day.
or 5 real talks a day, yeah, I guess.
Talk to 5 people,
Yeah.
not dials.
Yeah.
Sell 3 listings, same thing. Organized system. Okay. Can y'all do me a favor? Since we're the only ones here today?
Write it down.
Well, yeah, definitely write it down. But we're all part of one of Daniel's message groups, right? Which one do we want to use? I want to put these now, like on a weekly basis. I want y'all to start putting them in there and screwing with everybody's mind that wasn't here. Like, why are they? What? Like, I want you to talk to 5 real people today, and then we'll all be like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And then you do. I got 2 open house. I did 2 open houses this weekend. So on Monday or Sunday night, you're going to type that into our group chat. Which group chat do y'all want to use? Daniel, which group chat do you want us to use? We don't know. You have a lot. So what we're going to do is we all just came up here with what we gave ourselves specific numbers that we're going to do on a weekly basis. And I want them to put that into one of our groups, our messenger groups, to kind of mess with everybody else that's like, that weren't here today, that we're like talking in code. Because what Noel's going to do on Sunday night, did 2 open houses. Well, Tina's going to jump and say, way to go. I knew you could. Scrib's going to say, I knew you had it in you, bro. And then, oh, okay, what are they doing? And then Scrib's going to say, we're going to put all our numbers in there, is what I'm saying. Which one do you want us to use? Growth?
I think the people who are serious, you guys need to create your own chat. It's hard to post it.
No. We're going to mess with them. We want it in one of your chats.
New agent support.
New agent support. That cool? You got some good people in there, right? Yeah. All right, new agent support. Is everybody part of that? Melvin, you part of that?
Yeah.
No? Are you?
Is this some messenger?
Is that a messenger? We'll add you, or you can, I have the link.
Okay. And you're not on it either?
TC's adding me.
TC's adding you. Okay, good. All right, everybody else is on it? Dahlia, you're on it?
Yeah.
Carolyn, you on it? Okay, good. So let's just plug in our numbers. Just throw them in there randomly, okay? And do me a favor, so you get a little bit of traction, tag 1 or 2 of us. So we go, oh, I know what they're doing. Because we'll forget. Because there's a lot of chats. We might miss it. But if Noel puts on there, he did 2, I want us all to jump in on that and go, way to go. We knew you could do it. Y'all with me? Got it? Okay.
So we also need to put on our calendar, 90 days from today is at the end of August.
Okay.
So we need to circle back at the end of August and see how we did. Or
So that is going to be
Month or
the
however.
August 6th meeting. Or no.
No.
Oh. Yeah.
To
That'll be
July to August,
June, July.
actually to September.
September.
6th.
So September, it will be September the 3rd, right?
Mhm.
So September the 3rd, this group right here, right? We good? Let's just see how we did. I don't want people to get lost in New Year's resolutions. I want you to get focused on 90 days. Because if you can focus on 90 days, you can change your life. I built my entire business on 90-day increments. I go hard 90 days. I take some time off, take a breather, go hard again 90 days. Take some time off, take a breather, go hard again 90 days. And it was just over and over and over. Because I knew I could jump in for 90 days and make it happen. Don't have a problem against big, crazy goals that are 2 years, 3 years, 5 years out. However, we've got to give all our energy to, it's like when people tell me, Melvin, they know I run marathons. The first thing they want, yeah, I'm gonna run a marathon, and I'll say when. And every single time, it's like a year and a half away. The majority of the people in the world need about 16 to 18 weeks to train for a marathon. You don't need a year and a half. Are you with me? So it's not really a goal of theirs. Let's be honest. Y'all with me? Okay. I want to say this though, real quick. Identify what your why is. Identify it. Okay. Now let me help you get rid of some whys that you think are wise. Because I hear people do it all the time. They'll be like, my why is my children. And as they're telling me this, they've just told me how broke they are. You know with me? They've just told me all the challenges they have, but they've had the kids for a while. That can't be your why. It's not your why. I promise it's not. Oh, yes, it is. Well, then why are you having a hard time feeding them right now? If that's your why, that can't be your why. Is this making sense? So if you ever come to this thing of like, my why's always been this, but you've been broke for a long time, then you got to self-re-examine and go, wait a minute, that's not my why. That's not really the reason I want to be successful. Why do you want to be successful? Like Dahlia, why do you want to be successful? Just from your heart.
And financial freedom.
Why do you want to be successful? What do you want to do with time?
I want to be able to travel.
Where do you want to travel to?
Everywhere.
No. Let's go to Afghanistan. You sure you want to go everywhere? It's hot there, miserable. Where do you want to go?
I want to go. Well, I want to go back to Peru, to Machu Picchu. I want to go all over Southern America.
Time out. Why do you want to go to Peru?
I want to help build EXP Peru and be able to visit my family.
Okay. What is it about Peru that excites you?
Well, that's where I was born, so technically it's my home, and I always cherished, that time there and my family, the culture.
Okay. The culture. What is it about the culture?
The food, the hospitality.
Hospitality. What do you mean?
Everyone's very friendly, and
tell me the
treat you
feeling.
like your best friend.
Okay, tell me that feeling. What does that feel like?
It feels great. I mean, it feels like you belong and that you're part of something.
Okay, feels like you belong. Feels like you're part of something. So that's what Peru means to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not the food.
Well, the food's amazing.
I get it, but the food you ain't gonna fight for. That feeling of belonging, to say, how proud would you be knowing you built something in Peru, back home where you're from?
Mm-hmm.
How proud would you be? Like you're looking in the mirror right now. Are you smiling?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're like going, I'm pretty good, right? Like
Yeah,
you're excited about yourself.
Just the thought that I can go back and help, the people there.
I hear you. We're talking about you right now. What does that feel like to you, Dahlia, as you're looking in that mirror and you went back and you did something very special in Peru?
Awesome.
Feels awesome, doesn't it? Tell what else besides awesome does it feel like?
Amazing.
What
are you trying to get at?
I want some feelings. I want it to know what it feels like. What does that feel like to you, Dahlia?
Proud.
Proud. Okay, that's a good one. What else?
Sense of accomplishment.
Accomplishment. Something we all want.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like you can look in the mirror and say, I did it. I did this. I said I was going to do it and I did it. See, that's something you'll fight for. Not travel all over the world. That's fun. Don't get me wrong. But Peru, we got something out of you. You want to go back to the culture where you what? Feel like you belong, right? You feel like you belong there. That's home. Everyone wants to go home, right? Go home. We'll be home, right? That makes you feel good. Makes you feel proud. Anybody else? Myra? Tell me what you would fight for. What is it?
What do you mean?
What's your why? Let's start there.
That's a good one. I was gonna say the same as she did. Financial freedom.
Okay, here's why we're laughing, and I need to clarify. I need to quote me as a smart ass sometimes. When you say financial freedom, what does that mean to you? What is financial freedom?
Being able to work because you enjoy what you do,
Okay.
not because you have to.
Okay.
Being able to pick up and travel, being able to go
Travel
home
where?
and visit. I'm from Mexico, but I would love to visit overseas, Greece, Italy, travel, go see. I would love to travel to my country, Mexico.
Okay.
Because I kind of grew up on both sides, and
Oh.
I did not grow up with a lot of my culture, more here than there. So I'd like to go and learn a lot of my culture, the city, the whole country, to be
Okay.
honest with you. I'm from the border, so it's
What border?
El Paso.
El Paso.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the border is really, really
From El Paso.
El Paso. Okay.
El Paso, Juarez, so it's from here.
So you're from there.
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you were back there?
Last October.
October?
So I go 2 to 3 times a year.
Oh, do you? Okay. What's it like going back?
Melancholic.
How do you get there?
Driving.
You drive.
Yeah.
How would you like to fly there?
How would I like to fly?
How would you like
Would
to
you
fly there?
Would you rather fly?
I mean, yeah, I would rather fly. It's quick, an hour and a half, but I like to drive because we go there to visit and have my own car. I buy things to bring back. So
Are you
we
ready?
just-
Are you
yeah.
ready? So you fly there first class. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You rent a car when you get there, right? Instead of taking all that back, you have enough money, you UPS it, FedEx it back home. Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've traveled to Europe, and I shouldn't say Europe, it's got 50 countries. I've traveled to Italy several times, and I've traveled to Paris several times, and people go there and they take an extra suitcase.
Mhm.
Why do they do that?
To purchase things and bring them back.
Okay. Do you think I did that?
Nope.
What did I do?
What you just told me.
I shipped them back.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Then I don't have to sit through the VAT line like every other fool does. Long lines. You know what the VAT line is? It's a tax from Europe where you get some money back. You get everybody's signing crap, you get $5 back, all excited. Ship it back. Don't worry about it. Then you don't got to go through this with there. And the airport's crazy. Do you really want to do that? No. So that's when you say financial freedom, that's financial freedom to me,
Yeah, to be able to do that. Yeah.
to be able to do all that stuff.
Mhm.
Like I want to go to, like if Mexico was home, I want to fly there first class and get there, rent the car of my choosing. It's got to be nicer than mine. In fact, it's got to be nicer than mine, right? And I want it to be big enough to where I can take all the family with me, do whatever I want to do, right? Not worry about miles, none of that garbage. Then park it, get rid of it, and fly back home. So I can spend time there and not worry about driving. And well, now I got to leave a day and a half early.
Yeah, that's true.
I get to spend more time there where I want to be. So that's what you got to figure out. That's why when people say financial freedom, that's where I get lost with them because they don't really, everyone's financial freedom is different.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think your financial freedom is just like mine. I think I saw you smiling every time I threw out a suggestion of let's ship everything back. Right.
Mhm.
Right. So, but on top of that, really with financial freedom, you got to put a number on it and start with a number. I'm going to make my number back when I first started my business. I'm going to make $45,000 a month. I watched someone else do it. He looked about as dumb as me. I'm going to make $45,000 a month. And I was just honed in on it. I couldn't wait to get there. I was just everything. I gave everything I could, Dahlia, to get to $45,000 a month. I saw someone else do it. I can do it. Then it became $100,000 a month. And we talked about it all the time, Carolyn. Remember, I'm going to make $100,000 a month. I'll make $100,000 a month. $100,000 a month. Well, we got there. And that was awesome because why did I get to $100,000 a month? I spoke $100,000 a month. Just like I'm going to run 26.2 miles. I don't say I'm going to run and figure out and see what it's like. The goal is 26.2. Like I starting line, I'll see you all in 26.2 miles. Not 10, not 11, 26.2. So the same with you, with everybody. So that's why when people say financial freedom, I want you to put a number to it. Put a number to it. This is what I'm going to do. Come hell or high water, I'm going to earn this. $30,000 a month, $15,000 a month, whatever it is you want. You with me?
Yeah.
So get that one hammered in. Because that'll change your life.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the world is doing what you and Dahlia just did. I want financial freedom. You just told your brain something very strange, where your brain can't wrap its head around it. Your brain can't go, this is what we're going to do. Dahlia, let's go do this. It can't do that. Because now it's like, well, what's financial freedom? And you're going through all this stuff, right? Anybody else want to say what their why is? Mel, what's your why?
Put my daughter through college.
When you say put your daughter through college, what does that mean?
Pay for her college
Okay.
education. Travel to Paris.
Hang on. So just pay for it, or pay for a room and board, pay for a
Pay for
car,
everything.
insurance,
Yes.
the whole
Car
thing.
insurance, yeah.
Have you put a number on that?
No, but I'm doing it right now in my head.
Yeah, put a number on that and say, this is what's your wife's name?
Marvin, Anita.
Anita, this is what we got to make. This is what we got to make, Anita, right here. And that's why I'm doing real estate. I got to make this because this is going to get, now your brain is moving in that direction. Just like if you say, I want to weigh 175 pounds, you're going to eventually weigh 175 because you told your brain that. What else?
Travel to Paris.
Why do you want to travel to Paris?
That's my wife's destination she want to get to. And also Dubai. That's the place I want to go.
So why do you want to go to Paris? I know you said because your wife, but why?
I want to take the whole family, create memories for the family. And that's something I want to be able to give to her.
What would it feel like? How many, when you say family, who all are you taking? How many people?
My wife and 2 kids.
Wife and 2 kids. So you take your wife and your 2 kids, you're in Paris right now. Right now you are in Paris. What does that feel like?
Feels good.
Oh, come on, man. Give me more, man.
Seeing the sights. I mean, just seeing the smiles on everybody's faces, having fun.
Man, I'm crying. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm if you do something like that, you're like, yeah, I did. I'm the man. Yeah, I did this. I got the family here like I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be emotional, because if it's not emotional, we ain't fighting for crap.
Yeah.
It's got to be so emotional that we're like, I got to do this. Right? TC, real quick. Your mom lives with you guys. You told me this story, but I can't remember the whole thing. When you moved over here, why is she living with you right now? You told me the story.
No, I just happened to be the one that she wants to spend time with. But in my culture, it's very common for one of the parents to stay with one of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was something else to the story. I can't remember what it was. But I remember I was like, that's his why. That's why he works so damn hard.
Yes, my dad was a prisoner of war.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I knew there was something big there. See, that's emotional, guys. His dad was a prisoner of war. That's going to get you to work your butt off. You know what I'm saying? Well, your dad was a prisoner of war. That's why you work 14, 16, 18-hour days and don't give a crap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, but why? Why do you do it?
You know, tell all the time, real estate, I'm very passionate in real estate, passionate in helping clients, passionate in creating wins for the clients. But ultimately, my wife's my family.
Yeah.
I just need to remind myself to spend more time with them. I'm working tirelessly. Ultimately, every one of us is working for a why. Most of us is our family or children.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, don't forget them while you're trying to work your why to build your why.
Okay.
And so just really right now, when I say organize, is organize myself, my schedule, so I can spend more time with my family. So that is the reason of my organized at this moment.
Real quick, how many, it's now June of 25. How many trips have you taken with your family this year?
We've taken 4 trips already, and we have 3 more in the next 2 months.
3 more in the next 2 months?
Yes.
See, Myra, when people tell me they put their family first, I'm like, no, you don't. Most of them don't. He does. He's taken 4 trips, and it's just now June of this year. Now he's feeling guilty. He ain't spent enough time with them, but he doesn't realize that because your kids aren't growing yet. But when they get growing, they're going to say, Papa TC, you were good to us. Because they're going to have so many freaking memories, dude. They'll have more memories from those trips than you being with them on every single thing. That's what a lot of parents think. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. No. You create memories like that. 4 freaking anybody in here taking 4 vacations this year? I'm retired and haven't. The hell am I doing wrong? Right? Don't tell my wife this. But just think about it. 4 vacations already, and it's June. Yes, he's 100% putting his family first. Now, he works 14, 16-hour days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of people say, well, he's not putting his family first. Oh, yes, he is. You just heard 4 vacations, and he's got 3 more over the next 2 months. 3 more over the next 2 months. Talk about some of the places you've been.
We just came back from a cruise.
Got back from a cruise.
From
What
a
else?
Cruise. We went on 3 snowboarding trips.
3 snowboarding trips and a
Yep.
cruise.
Yep.
Wasn't there a beach trip in there?
Yeah, the cruise.
The cruise. The cruise
Yeah,
was the beach
cruise,
trip.
uh-huh.
Okay.
It was beach then cruise, so it's all in one trip.
So you went to the beach and then you got on a cruise ship.
Yep.
So you snuck 2 in there.
Yeah, basically, it was 11 days.
11 days.
Yeah.
Who wants to live like that? Who's got kids? Who's got kids? Keep your hand raised. You got kids. You want to take? Think of the memories he's creating with his children. Now, my kids are. I always tell people, like me and Tina, our kids are grown, but guess what? We get to be there for grandkids.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people, well, my time's already passed. I'm screwed. Bull crap. You got a chance to redo the whole thing again if you didn't do it right the first time. Am I right, Tina? Now, I think you did it right. Probably I did it right. Thank God. But you see what I'm saying? You get a chance to do it all over again. So don't feel sorry for yourself. No, I'm going to dust myself off and I'm going to do it right for the grandkids. I'm going to do for them what I couldn't do. But dude, you're giving more to your family than most.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel I'm not being a good dad.
Yeah.
A good husband because working way too much. So that's why I'm like really need to organize and stick to my schedule.
Uh-huh.
And just like really time block. And at the same time, trying to service the client needs, the family's need.
Yeah.
So trying to balance it well. I mean,
So
it's like not to juggle and putting out fires.
I don't usually disagree with people in a room like this, but I'm going to disagree with you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
'Cause you're okay.
I wanted to add something.
Well, okay. You get in line. He'll be my tag team. He'll be the Hulk Hogan. He'll jump in here. But so my mother never was there for me and my sister. She put herself through college. My dad left us. She put herself through college and she worked a full-time job. So she would leave Spring, Texas, drive all the way to downtown Houston, which was about an hour drive back then.
Mhm.
And she worked at Houston Child Guidance Center, downtown Houston, for $17,000 a year. Then at night, she went across the street to the University of Houston, got several college degrees so she could open her private practice as a psychologist. Okay. My mom to this day still feels guilty. And I keep telling her, Mom, you set an example for me. I'm successful today because of you, woman. Because I watched you cry, work your butt off. No one believed in you, by the way. Right? We did. Well, I was a teenage boy. I didn't care. But you see what I'm saying? No, but I know people around her didn't believe her. She lost all her friends. She lost her whole circle. But she went out and did it, and she became a very famous psychologist down in Houston. And so while we tend to think as parents that we're not spending enough time, you're setting an example. Your kids are getting a PhD from you right now. Don't get mad at me about college, but screw college for them because you're giving them a PhD in life because they know what it's like to work hard to go out and get something, as opposed to just handing it to them. Here you go. Here you go.
And if they feel loved,
I wasn't done, Tina.
cherished, and prioritized, if they're loved,
I was just
cherished,
getting
and
warmed up.
prioritized, whether that's Daddy reads me a book every night, you know what I mean, or I go, or I throw the ball, whatever it means for each of your children, they're different, right? If they feel that love, honor, and cherished, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour and a half, because you can spend a whole day with someone and not feel valued, or you could spend 2 minutes and feel like you're the most important person in the world. So as long as they feel like they're the most important person in the world when you're with them, you got it.
Yeah. And these trips, dude, the majority of us are like, I want to do that. I want to do that for my kids. Dang it. Like I got to pick my game up, right? Like I got to get ready for my grandkids. They're coming, I got to pick my game up. I get TC's level of 4 vacations by June, right? And the memories you're creating on those trips, dear Lord, you're with them on the trips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little distracted here and there with real estate,
We're all distracted.
Yeah.
You can take the real estate away. We're all distracted.
Yep.
You will find something to be distracted about.
Yeah.
Yours is just meaningful, dude. Yours is meaningful, and it's giving them a lifestyle, not just a lifestyle of trips, but a lifestyle of this is what you got to do to be busy. I mean, this is what you got to be successful, right? As opposed to feeding a bunch of, oh, just everybody gets successful, just roll out of bed and you're successful. No. I think we know why Tina is such a good salesperson. Like, she just completely ignored me. I told her I wasn't done. She just kept talking to him. She's good.
Yep.
We need like 10 Tinas on our team. Did you notice that? That's why she's got 6 listings.
Yeah, bad enough.
She didn't bat an eye.
You just,
I could have gotten in her face.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I don't hear the objection. I don't hear the objection. Does this help?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
Daniel can't tag team. Tina did it for you. I'm sorry. I went off on some stuff today. I just want to say this about, can I just talk about building an organization with us real quick? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you know about building an organization with us and how you make extra revenue?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. So again, what I want to tie into building is it's the same thing, Tina. I don't want you to take a pendulum at it and say, well, I need to recruit 24/7. I just want you to throw in some recruiting time. Okay. Just devote a little bit of time. Keep doing your transactions to bring in the money, right? But continue just to pile it in there. It's a 2-year plan. It's not an overnight deal. Okay. Now it's only a 2-year plan if you start adding people little by little. Okay. But if you don't, then you're just wishful thinking. It's not a 2-year plan. Okay. So what you want to do is you're out here doing your transactions. Did I spell that right, teacher?
Yes.
Cool. So you're out here doing your transactions, whatever your goal is. What is your goal transaction wise per month?
My goal is 10 per month.
10 per month? Okay. What is yours, Tina? Just curious.
I have it 24 for the year.
24 for the year? Oh, dear Lord.
Two.
2?
That's only 2.
Did you say that's only 2? Do you know how many people would love to do 24 in a year? It wasn't only 2. You're bad to the bone. 2 a month. You're bad to the bone. Not only 2. How many real estate agents didn't do a transaction last year?
Too many.
Exactly. So don't say only 2 a month. Just because he did 10, that don't mean nothing.
No, I get it.
Yeah, you're freaking bad to the bone. You're cream of the crop. Scrib, what's yours?
3.
These aren't anything I'm holding inside. I'm just throwing some stuff out here. So the top producers in the room, am I correct? Yep. 10, 2, 3. Can y'all devote some time just to inviting some people to the organization? I know Scrib's doing it hardcore. TC says yes. You got your friend here. Why am I forgetting your name?
Stacy.
Stacy. I'm so sorry, Stacy. You've got Stacy here. Every week you got someone brand new here. Tina, we know she's building, right? So what I'm saying, Dahlia, is a lot of people will say, I got to focus on transactions. I just picked the 3 busiest, and they're all icons, by the way. They're all bad transaction people, right? But they too are building an asset over here because they know the importance of when you do a transaction, you get paid on it how many times?
Once.
One time, right? But you bring someone into the business, how many times you get paid?
Wherever, as long as they're in the business with you.
Is this the infinity sign?
Yeah.
As long as they're in the business with you, it just goes on and on. It doesn't stop, right? And what happens then, and this is really where I know my heart and
Well, let me correct that. Even if they leave, their organization's still with you.
there you go. So what I'm saying is, Dahlia, is just invite some people, okay, while you're doing your transactions, just like TC, Tina, and Scrib are doing. They're doing them too, but they're also inviting people in. And then what happens is when you do both, you don't put too much pressure on either one. When you put too much pressure on this one, you're going to run people away. When you put too much pressure on this, you're going to run people away. But if you just say to yourself, hey, I'm going to build an asset for the future. Stacy, I'm going to build an asset for the future. Well, what is your asset? Your asset is right here. Because Stacy, let's say this is you. Is it EY?
STACEY.
Let's say, Stacy, give me someone's name that you know.
Alyssa.
Alyssa? How do you spell that?
ALYSSA.
Oh, wow. Alyssa? Okay. So you call Alyssa. What's Alyssa doing right now? She got a real estate license?
No,
Just a friend?
yes, just
How long have y'all known each other?
like 6 years.
6 years. So you say, hey, Alyssa, I've joined this business with my friend TC. I've been to a couple of meetings. Apparently, he's the baddest of the bat. There's no one better than him. He's really, really good. So I'm excited that I'm on his team. You with me?
Yeah.
Do you know what you did there by saying what you said about TC?
Creating excitement.
Oh yes, you are. You added something. That's good. You are creating excitement for sure. But more importantly, you've removed yourself from being the expert. You no longer have to recruit Alyssa. Why? He is the man. He's bad. He's amazing. I've gone to meetings. They talk about it, and they roll out red carpet for him. I mean, he takes 17,000 trips a year with his family. Now what happens is Alyssa doesn't back you into a corner to explain to you why you're doing EXP. But if she does say, I don't know, ask TC. You see what I'm doing? Because Dahlia, a lot of people, what happens when they start doing this right here is they start telling Alyssa everything great about EXP. Everything great. Just how great it is for only $85 a month. Sit down. This is all the things we're going to give you. Sit down. It's going to take a while. And you go through every single thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But now you're backing yourself into a corner. Whereas all you got to say, Dahlia, give me a person you know, Dahlia, someone's name. Someone from Peru.
My cousin.
What's her name?
Julio.
Huh?
Julio.
Julio, just like that?
Yeah.
So you get to say, Julio, I want to introduce you to my friend Daniel Ng. He is like the biggest commercial guy in all of Dallas. Like you go into any restaurant in Dallas and say his name, everybody knows him. It's the craziest thing in the world. You got to meet him. What you've done is you've taken yourself out of the mix of having to be the expert on EXP. Because now when Julio asks you a question, say, I don't know, you got to talk to Daniel. He's good. I'm just getting started, dude. You and I are going to be in the trenches together. You and I are going to be in the trenches together. Do you know it's easier to recruit someone when you're in the trenches with them? Okay, you ready for this? It's easier for me to recruit a brand new person that I know that's in my sphere of influence than it is for Daniel. You know why?
They trust you.
Huh?
They trust you.
They don't trust Daniel. He's a good guy.
Well, they know you.
Daniel's had a lot of success here. So they don't see him as being in the trenches. They look at him as almost a boss. It's harder for Daniel now. But when you're brand new and you're getting going, because then you can say to, let's say Scribb and I went to high school together. Scribb, dude, I'm joining this thing. And Daniel, he's really, really good. We're going to be in the trenches together. We're going to mess some stuff up. We're going to have some fun, man. Come on in. Right? Now I'm not his boss. Right? But if I'm way up here successful, well, now we went to high school together. He's like, I ain't working for you, fool. I did some stuff with you in high school. You're an idiot. Right? Y'all with me? Because your friends say that about you. Your friends are like, like you could try to convince your friend all day. Daniel walk in, just throw some pixie dust on it. Okay. And they'll join just like that. Y'all with me? So it's so easy, Stacy, when you're new and when you're getting going, just to say to people, hey, come with me, man. I need some help. Let's you and I do this together. Let's build this thing together, you and I. Let's go mess some stuff up. But you got to meet Daniel. You got to meet TC. You got to meet Scribner. You got to meet Tina. Then you pull yourself out of the equation of trying to recruit them. You with me? Even when I'm on the phone right now doing interviews, I'm not trying to recruit them. I'm just talking about them, right? And then I'm talking about, I got a whole plethora of people I get to talk about. Scribner, TC, Cynthia. I just have so many people, Judy, just lined up. I got a line of them in my head, like a Rolodex. And I just start talking about them as opposed to me. Very rarely has anybody said to me, how many transactions you done? I don't think anybody's ever asked me that. I don't think so. Okay, is this helping?
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing your transactions, you're learning how to do this, but at the same time, you're over here just asking a friend or two, hey, can I put you on a three-way text with who? Your mother brought you in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who's your mother direct to? Daniel?
Not directly, at least it got
There's
it
two
never,
people in between.
yeah.
But it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you just get a three-way text with Daniel, right? And just let him jump in there and y'all get to chat and you get to jump out of it. And all you get to say is, hey, let's do this together, you and I. I'm gonna build Peru. Me and you gonna build Peru, Julio. You with me? Does Julio got a license?
No,
No?
he's in another. I think he's in finances. In
Okay.
Peru.
You don't think finance
No.
people can do this?
No, I think everyone can, but
And in Peru, you don't need a license to do real estate.
yeah, I know.
So you can join. Mexico, same way.
What the hell are we
Lot of-
doing? Why are we not recruiting over there? Me and Scribble going Peru. We will never come back. We'll both be
Guess where our
divorced.
next vacay is gonna be.
They should do
It's the same way.
EXP con there.
Is,
As
does,
long as I can show that they've done real estate.
does Peru have beaches?
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
We're gonna be divorced. We're gonna be out there. So just little by little, you just add. Don't put all this pressure. I gotta build this machine. I gotta build this asset. You just keep adding, and at the same time, figure out transactions. That's it. Don't complicate it. Don't get overstressed on either one. Just do one, do one, do one. That's it. The good thing too is when you're doing transactions, you can talk to your customers about this business.
Mhm.
In fact, the customer that we just closed on, Chris and Fee, I went back the next day after closing, gave her my book. She asked for my book. In the book was a offer letter for her to join our team. I said, here's your offer letter. Whenever you're ready to get back into real estate, here you go. And she smiled, and hopefully one day she will, but who knows? But if she doesn't, you ready for this? I guarantee you, if someone comes around her in her sphere of influence and says, I want to get into real estate, what's she going to say? You've got to join Paul Roberts. He showed up the day after my closing and hung out at my house. Took a drone, took a picture of it. That person is joining my team. You know what I mean? So what do I got to do for that? Just ask. Done. What questions do you have about building?
Do you have a script?
No. And the reason I say no is because you don't know who you're talking to. Okay, Julio's in finance. Okay, well, whatever he is. Well, let's go to, what does Alyssa do?
She does Uber and Lyft.
Uber and Lyft. Alyssa, you have an incredible work ethic. That's what I tell her. You got an incredible work ethic. I love Uber and Lyft drivers. Y'all ain't afraid to do nothing. Would you look into a career into real estate? There's your script. So that's going to be different for Julio. Now, whatever you do, find something to build them up, unless they're doing nothing. Like if they've had 10 jobs in the last 2 years, find somebody else. Okay, because you'll be the 11th.
I think he's been in the same thing for over 20 years.
Hey, Julio, I need people with consistency like you. You hearing me what I'm doing here? This is my script on everybody, but it's different for everybody. Julio, you have consistency in your life. You're the exact type of person that will make it in real estate. I need you to talk to Daniel. Is that okay? There's your script. Give me someone else you know so I can help you with a different script.
A coworker,
What?
Yohaida.
Haida?
Yohaida.
Yohaida? What does Yohaida do?
In my school, I'm the English reading language arts teacher. She's a Spanish reading language arts teacher.
So she's a teacher.
Yeah, we work together.
How long has she been there?
A year, just like me.
A year?
Yeah,
Just like you.
so we started together.
So she's young, just like you.
She's older than me.
She's older than you? Okay. What'd you do before that?
She's been in education
Oh,
for a
good enough.
while too.
Okay. Yohaida, what I've been told is that people in education do really well in real estate because they listen. And I'd love to get you in front of my man, Daniel Ng. He's just going to tell you a few things about what we do here. There's a script. So I don't have a script because you got to specialize it to them.
Mm-hmm.
You with me?
Yeah.
And all you're doing is what? Getting them in front of Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't got to do anything. It's the easiest recruiting can ever be for you. Daniel's doing all the work. You're just getting in front of Daniel. You're just herding him that way. You with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're saying I could just say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, like we're building this cool thing right here. Is it okay if I get you in a group chat with Daniel and just leave it alone?
Heck yeah. Are you okay with that? Yeah, he's okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Take yourself out of it. Now you got a little bit more experience. You could add a little bit more, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
But you could say, I'm an icon producer. This is the best place for real estate agents. But on top of that, I want to build an asset. I want to teach other people to build an asset. Can I get you in front of Daniel?
Okay.
Because you could add a little bit more. Go ahead.
My thing is, because I'm trying to get away from the, oh, I know it all type thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I mean, I'm not saying I know it all, but it's like, oh shit, hear me rapid fire this. Like,
They back you into a corner where
yeah.
you're spitting out. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you want to do is you want to be able to slide away from that corner and get out of it, get them back into the corner. And by that, you just say, hey, I don't know all this stuff. And you can do that. You can say, hey, listen, when it comes to building, I came here to be a top producer, conquered it, check. Now I want to do what Daniel's doing. Daniel's got thousands of people on his team. You need to talk to him. Done. In discussion. Does that help? Yeah. Because now you're not back into a corner. When they say things like, well, what do they offer this? Say, now no, talk to Daniel. Even when you know the answer, I don't know, talk to Daniel. Because now he's the expert. Yes.
The introductory text message of that group message, what would you say it would be?
Hey, Daniel, I've got Jimmy here on this group text. He's out of South Carolina doing Uber, doing Lyft, whatever. He would like to talk to you about how we build here, something like that. Is that okay with you?
That's all I need. And then after you do that group text, you immediately text me background, everything, how you met this person.
There you go.
I need to understand when I talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Just so I can know how to ask questions.
Yeah.
You know, if you can tell if they're this profile, tell me their high D or a high I, whatever, just to give me something. So it's easier for me to communicate, right? What's their communication style? Or they're like, hey, they need a lot of detail. Then I got to prepare myself, go over some things.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like, hey, it's just going to be casual, no EXP all over them. That's fine. We'll just get to know them. That's the first conversation. You know.
Right now, Dahlia, you just get people in front of him. Don't worry about all that. But people, Noel's tried to build, he's built before, so he knows. But right now, what you want to do is make mistakes. That way, Daniel can come back to you and say, hey, it would have been nice if I'd known. And now you're figuring it out. But right now, just make mistakes. Don't overthink it. Just boom, get them people.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of come on. So a lot of agents make a mistake by not introducing me right away.
Yeah.
They hesitate.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I just put me in a group chat, just introduce me. And they feel like they're pressuring the person.
Mhm.
You're trying to share something good to them. So the faster you get them in a group chat, and the group chat doesn't mean that we're gonna like throw everything at them. We're just getting to know them.
Yeah.
So you have to get familiar with just like doing the introduction, and it's just a simple introduction, you know. And the thing is, if they're not ready, it's okay. We plant the seed. We follow up. And it's a good way to push yourself to add those group chats. You know, we always talk about like if you had 100 names, start creating 100 group chats.
That's a good activity goal right there. How many group chats can you do on a weekly basis with Daniel?
Yeah.
Or Tina, whoever you
Yeah.
use.
Don't feel like it's bothering me, you know, because our growth is helping you guys, right? I'm still doing my own cold calling. I'm still making my own appointments, but I can set those. But yours is, you know, that's how we support. And as you start learning, you're going to do the same thing, duplication, right? Yeah. So.
I'm gonna get you in one this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. I mean,
That'd
that's
be a good goal, one a week.
So 2 years ago, I told Calvin, I'm going to stop production. I'm not going to meet with clients, right? And I'm going to just focus on this. So this is my time. This is where, you know, I want to spend my time for the next, I don't know, another 5 years, you know, to do this and just connect, explain the model. I was on a call. If you were watching on YouTube, I forgot a call at 10 o'clock last night because it was Vancouver time, Pacific time, 8 o'clock. And, you know, it's like, I was walking up the stairs and then she calls me. It's like, oh, crap. So I go back down because I was like, I know there was something. I didn't look at my calendar, but I was like, there's nothing at 10 o'clock. Great call. Schedules call with John Tsai. They're going to meet, you know, so just have to cold call, right? And then there's another one that's an actress. She was Miss Hong Kong. And I told Calvin, like, she's a realtor. And he's getting all excited because he knows who she is. And so I texted John because I saw that they're mutual friends. I'm like, hey, you know, tell me the backstory because I know you guys are mutual friends. How come you haven't, like, have you discussed it with her? If you haven't, I'll go try to make the connection. And he goes, why you want her? She's not a real estate agent. I'm like, what are you talking about? Look at her. I have her website. I send John all this stuff. And he goes, oh, crap. And he went to school with her.
Oh.
And they're in the same city.
Oh.
you know. And I'm, you know, she's a big influencer, and I'm looking at her videos last night. I was like, okay. And I told my wife, because my wife knows her from the TV show, the Hong Kong like movies. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to schedule a time. I'm not trying to scare her, right? Because you know she's famous, but I just want to have a conversation. Like, hey, you're at a brokerage. It looks like it's an independent brokerage. You can do much more, right? She's a global figure. Imagine that a platform gets to leverage that. Not me using her, but actually just sharing a better model than where she's at. Because people don't understand. People don't know. So, anyways, set up those meetings. Tina too. You too,
And-
Myra.
And that's how Melvin's here, because Melvin and I talked, and he said he wanted to be a transaction coordinator. That's what he told me. He goes, I want to be a transaction coordinator. I said, cool, come hang out with the team. And then I introduced him to Daniel, and now he has his license. And he's crazy, and he wants to do 6 transactions in the next 90 days. And I think he'll do it. Like he's already connected with Tina Call. Tina's his co-sponsor. Tina's real big on calling expired listings. So we've already purchased the program that Tina uses to call expired listings. He's already calling expired listings, doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't even MLS yet. He's hungry as heck. At least once a week, sometimes twice a week, he's got a Zoom where he's got 2 other friends and I'm talking to him. And he wanted to be a transaction coordinator. I just said, you need to get around Daniel. I got him here. And because I can't convince him. I wanted to say, everything inside of me wanted to say, why? They don't make crap. You're worth more. I know Melvin. I know where he lives. You know what I'm saying? You're worth a lot more than that. If you're a transaction coordinator, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. We need y'all. I can't do it. I'm backtracking now. Hopefully mine's not listening. But I know he's more than that. So I was like, you got to come here. So he came here and then got his license, and now he's in there training and doing open houses. He's doing 2 open houses this weekend. He's doing one Friday and Saturday. But he wanted to be a transaction coordinator. I just got him here. Daniel and him started talking. I don't know about what. And then Daniel started talking about co-sponsoring Tina Call, and then boom, he got excited, got his license. Just get him around. Get him around. All right. And then the whole, whoa, this is what I want to leave with. Okay, I've jumped around today. Is whatever you do, don't worry about what this is making you financially. This is an asset that's going to continue to build and build and build. It ain't going to make you rich in 90 days. Okay. But if you focus on just inviting people consistently over 2 years, it'll freak you out. In 2 years, be like, I am headed somewhere. I have built an asset. As opposed to what, because I know that we show the numbers, what we make. Like Stacy, we show numbers, like what you make off every time Alyssa does a transaction. It's okay if you want to know that, but I just don't want to know. I don't care, right? It doesn't matter. For example, when Melvin joined, I paid for that thing for him to do that expired listings. And it probably costs more than I'm going to make in transactions off him, but I don't care because I know what Melvin's doing. He's going to bring in more. You with me? You have to have this abundance mentality when you're over here on this side. You can't be thinking scarcity of, what am I going to earn when Julio? Because I was trying to recruit this broker, and this is what she said to me. Well, Alyssa, you don't make as much money off of Alyssa as I do over here. And I was like, but y'all ain't doing transactions over there. Y'all are broke. I know, because I know this woman, she's borrowing money from friends and family. I'm glad that you get to make more off of her than I do, but I can build a lot more. I'm gonna have 1,000 people on my team. You're not. Next year, this time, you'll be in the same boat trying to get Alyssa to go out and do a transaction. You know with me? So just think abundantly. Don't worry about what you're making over here. Just focus on your transactions. Get really good at this. It's not that hard. I'm doing transactions. You see me spell. You got this, Dahlia. Okay? Seriously, you got this. So you do this, build here. Do this, build here. Noel, can you do that?
Yes.
Myra? Yeah. Because then one day, this over here, then you're taking trips to Mexico on your own jet. How cool would that be? Because then you have to have a different antenna on your plane because to fly over to Mexico, do you know that? And you have to have a different antenna on your plane when you fly over the ocean. You can't just take them suckers out of the ocean. They got to have different antennas and stuff, radio communication stuff. That's gonna be stuff you're gonna know about one day, right? Think about it. That'd be cool.
Definitely.
Dahlia, you want to know that?
Yeah.
I do too. All right. Any questions? Thank y'all for putting up. I hope you're focused on getting your license. You're going to do 2 hours a week, you said, or a day?
A day
A day. We need you here. Where do you live?
in Grand Prairie.
Grand Prairie? We need you here on this team, man. We're excited to have you. Can you be part of this group?
Yeah.
All right. Dahlia, you got to go hard because you got 90 days of freedom.
Yes.
Woo! Tina, you good? Noel, you good? Myra? TC? TC, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We can't do without you, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Glad to be here.
That's all I got. Love you guys.